Hey, Wrexham fans! How are you? I hope you're doing well. Today we have 4 breaking news, new signings and more. Stay until the end and I'll tell you everything. But first, like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Red Dragons news. So let's start from the beginning. Paul Mullin joined Wrexham in 2021 from Cambridge United on a free transfer. At the time, Sean Harvey even warned Ryan Reynolds and Rob Mack about the potential financial risks involved in the deal. But fortunately, the owners didn't heed that advice. And what happened next was simply historic. Mullin had 3 incredible seasons, scoring over 100 goals and helping Wrexham rise from the National League to League One. However, Mullin's story at the racecourse ground took an unexpected turn in the 2024-25 season. What happened to Mullin? The previous season, he was injured, which directly impacted his performance, scoring just 3 league goals. Ultimately, Phil Parkinson decided to release the club legend in January, leaving him out of the starting lineup for the rest of the season. Even with this complicated situation, club boss Humphrey Kerr remained confident about Mullin's future. In March, he said, "Last season, he really stood out, had an incredible run until the end of the season and led us to promotion at that stage. Then this season, he had major surgery in the summer. It took him a while to recover, and ultimately, this season hasn't gone the way any of us imagined it would, or the way any of us would have liked for Paul. But I think he still has a great future at the club. I think there's still the prospect of a great pre-season and getting back into the team." Unfortunately, Kerr's prediction didn't come true. Mullin left Wrexham in June and joined Wigan Athletic on loan. He is now expected to return to North Wales at the end of the 2025-26 season and has 1 year remaining on his contract with the Red Dragons. Wigan fans have been debating the possibility of a permanent signing for Mullin in recent days, but it's still unclear where he will end up. What seems certain is that the club legend should be in action again this summer. After winning 3 consecutive promotions with the Red Dragons and being a key player in this historic run, Ollie Palmer received the best wishes from everyone at the Welsh club for his new adventure. And he got off to a flying start with his new team in League Two, scoring against Newport County and helping Swindon Town secure the victory, keeping the team in contention for the division title. But the goal didn't just bring Swindon 3 points. It also earned the players a special reward from manager Ian Holloway. What did Ian Holloway do for the team? Holloway, who was tipped to take over at Blackpool after Steve Bruce's dismissal, kept his focus fully on Swindon Town and showed he knows how to value his players' efforts. He gave the team, including Palmer, an extra day off after the victory. Palmer commented on this in an interview with the Swindon Advertiser. "I know we don't get many international breaks in this league, but we deserve the day off. It'll be good to have the chance to refresh and reset. It's so intense coming in every day, which is how it needs to be, but then it's good to have a few days off to fully recover. Then we'll come back with a vengeance." The timing also helped, as Swindon won't have any games until October 18th, when they face Accrington Stanley, following the postponement of their match against Notts County. Holloway explained how the day off was decided. "I gave them 3 scenarios before the game, and if they gave me a performance and the right result, they could choose the one they liked best. They were able to do that, so they're really excited there, in the locker room, because we don't have a game next week. They're in charge of their own destiny, and that's what they need to do. They deserved an extra day or 2 off. I gave them 3 scenarios, and they chose the one I thought they could choose. We know when to work with them and when to give them a little nurturing, but it's great. I'm empowering them to be a group, and a lot of the things they saw, you could hear on the sidelines encouraging and motivating people to do things." Over the summer, Wrexham stirred up the transfer market and brought 13 new players to the racecourse ground, spending around £33 million to build a squad in line with Phil Parkinson's plans. Even so, not all of the desired targets arrived. One of the names that slipped away from the club was John Egan, who may now move on to Gaelic football after his time in England. And now, we have news about another player who was linked to the Red Dragons, Patrick Bamford. Portsmouth out of the running for Bamford. According to the news, Portsmouth will not sign Patrick Bamford on a free transfer after rumours linked the 32-year-old striker to the club. Bamford has been without a club since leaving Leeds United this summer and has been the subject of interest from Championship sides and even one from La Liga. Wrexham were linked with Bamford earlier in the transfer window, and there are still some rumours circulating. However, it seems that a deal is increasingly distant. He has also been linked with Getafe and Middlesbrough recently. Will Bamford join Wrexham? Wrexham appear poised to sign Sam Hocking in the coming days, even though the transfer window has already closed. This has raised a glimmer of hope that Bamford could join the club. However, in practice, this seems unlikely. Bamford wouldn't be able to be registered immediately, as Jay Rodriguez will occupy that spot and won't be able to play in the Championship until January. Furthermore, from a financial perspective, it wouldn't make sense to bring in Bamford now, on a high salary, if Parkinson won't be able to use him until 2026. And it's worth remembering, although Bamford was a threat in the Championship a few seasons ago, last season he failed to score a goal in 17 appearances. Even entering this October international break with just one loss in their last 9 games, there's a feeling that Wrexham could be delivering much more than they are now. The club has invested heavily, £33 million in signings in the summer window alone, and this, of course, has significantly increased expectations. However, with the 1-1 draw against Birmingham City, the Red Dragons dropped to 18th in the table, with just 2 wins in their first 9 league games. And then came the pressure. After the loss to QPR last month, rumors began that manager Phil Parkinson might be fired. But a more solid run since then seems to have calmed things down a bit. Even so, there's one name that's gaining traction, and could be the ideal replacement if Wrexham truly changes course: Danny Röhl. Who is Danny Röhl? For those unfamiliar, Röhl is a promising German manager, with stints at clubs like Red Bull Leipzig, Bayern Munich, and even the German national team, where he worked as an assistant coach. He did an impressive job at Sheffield Wednesday, keeping the team in the league and finishing 12th last season before leaving in the summer. Now, according to TalkSport, Röhl wants to get back to work as soon as possible. Rangers have expressed interest, but his name has also been mentioned among fans and analysts as a potential target for Wrexham. But why would he be perfect for Wrexham? Let's look at 3 reasons. First, Röhl is the opposite of Phil Parkinson in terms of style. While Parkinson is more traditional and direct, Röhl focuses on modern, dynamic, and attacking football, the kind of game that would perfectly fit the technical quality of Wrexham's current squad. Second, he knows how to work on a limited budget. At Sheffield Wednesday, Röhl worked a miracle with limited resources. Imagine what he could do with the structure and investment Wrexham currently has. And third, Röhl and Wrexham share the same dream. The club wants to reach the Premier League within 10 years, and Röhl has already made it clear that his goal is to coach in the English top flight. It's a perfect fit, an ambitious project with a coach hungry for success. Now, it's important to remember, Phil Parkinson is still secure in his position, and there's no real indication of an immediate change. But honestly, if results don't improve by the November break, the conversation could change dramatically. What about you, fan? Do you think Danny Röhl would be a good fit for Wrexham, or does Parkinson still deserve more time in charge? Leave your opinion in the comments. And of course, before you leave, subscribe to the channel, like it, and activate the bell so you don't miss any news from the Red Dragons. And always remember, you are very special, you are important. Until next time.